This is a Velomobile, a recumbent tricycle so streamlined an average rider can cruise at speeds higher than the fastest race bikers and e-assist bicycles. Not only is it the most aerodynamically efficient bicycle ever designed, but it's also very versatile, offering enough cargo capacity for weekly shopping trips, commuting, epic cycling adventures, and camping trips. The efficiency of a Velomobile makes it easier to ride farther for the same amount of effort and can make commuting by bicycle practical, allowing you to potentially replace your car, save a lot of money, and pedal yourself healthy. Thanks to the shell, you and your luggage are protected from the weather and can cycle year-round. Being the coolest vehicle on the road has its advantages too. The visibility and unusual specter of a Velomobile makes it highly visible in traffic. And if that isn't enough, the protection provided by the shell and myriad safety features could even save your life in an accident. So what is a Velomobile and what makes it such an awesome type of bicycle? In this video, we're going to find out. Velomobiles are pretty similar to recumbent trikes. The majority have 3 wheels and a tadpole configuration, which means 2 in the front and 1 in the rear. Having the 2 wheels on the front allows a better aerodynamic shape, basically a teardrop shape, and helps with stability, especially when going fast around corners. The rider sits in a really comfortable reclined position with their feet up front on the pedals, just like a trike. Steering is done with the use of a tiller or sometimes with side sticks on either side of the driver, much like a trike. Being reclined keeps the area the wind hits as small as possible, a lot like a race biker or a time trial rider when they crouch into a really low and compact position to cut through the air. In addition, nearly every model of Velomobile has suspension on all 3 wheels. The main difference between a Velomobile and a recumbent trike, though, is the shell. Most Velomobiles are what's called a monocoque. This means that instead of having a frame with a shell over it, the shell of the Velomobile actually is the frame. That makes it possible to build a pretty light Velomobile. In fact, most models are approximately 50 to 55 pounds, which is roughly 23 to 25 kilograms. And that's actually not that much heavier than a lot of recumbent trikes and even some modern e-bikes. The shape of the shell, that teardrop we mentioned before, helps the air pass smoothly around it, and the small profile, which we call the frontal area, reduces the amount of air that hits the bike. Now, in simple terms, this means it's a lot easier to go fast in a Velomobile when you compare it with a traditional road bike, and even in comparison to a recumbent bike. The small frontal area also means that the headwinds won't reduce your speed anywhere near as much. In fact, sometimes you could be riding into headwind and not even know it because it's so efficient. Side and tailwinds can even create a sailing effect where you have to pedal very little to go fast. Now, you might think the large side profile would cause handling problems in side winds, but the bikes are very carefully designed to make them incredibly stable in wind from any angle. Now, while Velomobiles look awfully low to the ground, the installed lighting systems, in particular the hotspot module, really help enhance visibility. The large shape, bright colors, and the fact that Velomobiles are so unusual help make them more visible to drivers. It's not unusual to have drivers slow and stare while passing. Velomobiles are also built to withstand crashes using a lot of the same concepts as cars. The cockpit edges are designed to help hold you inside, a lot like a seatbelt. Headrest pads reduce the potential for whiplash. A layer of special fabric called a negra prevents splintering of carbon fiber in a crash. Crash zones are integrated front and rear. All of this combines to make a Velomobile the safest form of bicycle to ride in traffic. Some riders in cities might opt for a flag or a tall light whip on a pole, though in most cases a flag isn't really necessary. The shell also provides weather protection. In the summer, it protects you from the sun and rain. The air intakes help provide a really nice cooling breeze. And in the winter, when equipped with a foam cover or a race hood, the shell helps to keep you warm and the air intakes can be closed. Normally, the interior in really cold weather will be around the freezing mark or warmer. In fact, I've ridden in a minus 26 Fahrenheit wind chill, and inside the Velomobile it was a very comfortable 32 degrees. When you take into account that there's no wind inside and you're exercising and giving off a lot of heat, you can understand why most people can ride a Velomobile in the winter in nothing but light pants and a shirt. Some people even continue to ride in shorts and a t-shirt. The shell also helps keep the drivetrain clean and dry. That means parts will last much longer, and a properly cared for chain can last 5 times or more longer than it would on a normal bike. One of the most common questions velonauts get asked is, does it have a motor? This is understandable given the speeds we're riding at. But most models actually don't have e-assist because the cruising speed is often above the legal cutoff limit for assist. However, some models can have it added, and riders living in hilly areas or cities with a lot of start and stop traffic might find assist as helpful. Cargo capacity is another really big plus of a Velomobile. The shell provides a nice protective environment for hauling things like groceries, your briefcase, or even camping equipment. Everything's protected from the elements, and adding bags doesn't have any negative aerodynamic impact. On a surface, a Velomobile might look like it's more challenging to maintain, but because everything's enclosed, maintenance isn't needed as frequently. Tire changes are super easy. You don't have to remove the wheel. All you have to do is pull one side of the tire off the rim and patch or replace the tube, and then pop it back on. The chain only really needs to be oiled every 500 or 600 miles. At the same time, check the brake action, and beyond that, yearly checks of parts for wear is all that's needed, and most parts will last longer than you'll even have the bike. All in all, Velomobiles are pretty amazing technology. They're efficient, visible, safe, convenient, and just all-out fun to ride. To learn more about Velomobiles, check the links in the description. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, and as always, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.